welcome to our first seat. Here we are at the bottom. What we're going to do today is we're going to go to the top of that point over there, and then we're going to come back down and we're going to go to the top of that one over there. We'll give you a rundown of the times, how long it takes to get up them, and what the views are like from the top, and you can decide if you feel it's worth the climb. So we'll go over there first, give you a view from the bottom, give you a view halfway up and a view from the top, and you can decide if you're ever in Edinburgh, if you fancy taking a walk up there. So we're at the bottom of the first peak that we're about to climb. Take a look up there, see what the view's like from the top, and I'll let you decide if you think it's worth the climb. So we're not quite at the top, but we're nearly there. But this is the side where you get to see most of Edinburgh. If you look over there in the distance, you can see Carlton Hill. If you pan to the right a little bit, you can see the old Hips ground over there. And then, I'm not sure if you can see it, where it says "Don't be a chicken" with the KFC sign right over there. That's pretty much the start of Princess Street. And then over in the distance there, you've got Edinburgh Castle, so the top of the Royal Mile. And I think that just shows you how close to Edinburgh city centre our first seat actually is. I reckon if you take a walk down the mile, from the top of the mile to the bottom, it'll probably take you about 15 minutes. Just castle up there, and the bottom is there. That's Holyrood House over there. And then from there you just cross the road and you're on our first seat. So it's actually really good. It's really close to the city centre. So if you are ever in Edinburgh, always take a walk up here if you're capable. Take a span around, look at these views, absolutely phenomenal. You can see for miles. And if you can see right over there in the distance, quite far, you might see a flashing white lights. That is the Forth Road Bridge, the big red structure over there. You can see that. But if we pan around here, you can see we're not quite at the top. We've got a little bit to go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back down the side there, and then we're going to go up onto the top of the peak over there. Unfortunately, to get to the top of that peak, you do have to go all the way back down again. But I'll keep you updated. And you can see the views on this side as well. So there's more of our first seat over there. The big duck pond at the bottom. And then, again, the views are absolutely amazing. You can see for miles. We'll take you around, we'll show you around, see what's up here. It does get pretty windy up here. And obviously bring some water if you do come up, because it is a bit of a climb. So we are currently top of the same peak, just on the other side. And again, as you can see for absolutely miles. The views are up here are just absolutely stunning. So I believe they class that as the south side of Edinburgh. See all the old townhouses down there. Big cathedral in the middle, lovely. Absolutely fantastic views. That in total, including the filming, has taken around 15-20 minutes, so not too bad at all. You can see on the other side, the office seat there, that's the big one. That's the one we're going up next. Again, you can see zigzags pass around the side. Be careful with some of them paths, because they only go halfway up. And what you'll find is you'll get halfway up and then realise you've got to climb through the woods to actually get to the top. So you can see the one that goes all the way around the outside there. That's the one I'd recommend following if you're going from this side. I wouldn't do the zigzag one, it's quite treacherous. It's up to you, obviously. If you feel that you're capable, then go for it. But obviously I'd stick to that one, it's a little bit easier. But what we're going to do is we're going to go down, we're going to go through the middle of that, through that little marshland there, and then we're going to come up from the other side, because there's also some nice views from that side as well. So we'll try that, and yeah, we'll see you up there. Okay, so that's us back at the bottom of that peak, and now we have choices. We can either go up there, which will take us to the road, and we can walk around, which is a nice easy walk, or we've got the zigzags there, which is quite difficult, so your choice. There's a little run there that goes around the outside of it, as you can see. But what we're going to do is we're going to go back down to the bottom, down there, which will take us back to our start. So I'll just record here a little bit. We're nearly at the top of this peak now. But as you can see, what a view, first of all. But look how steep that is. How far we've just come up. It's very steep just there. As you can tell, still out of breath. Not getting any easier. Just look at the floor. It's not the best, so if you do come up here, make sure that you've got decent footwear on. either walking boots or decent grip on your trainers. There you go, just admire that view for a second. So what we're going to do, we're going to get back down and we're going to go up onto that one over there, see what the views are like over there. But what do you think? Was it worth the climb? I'm just showing you this here as well. This is how you get back down. So again, just be careful. But let me know in the comments, is it worth the climb? You think it's worth the climb? Buy me a cup of coffee. So just to point out with the time as well, so we've done the first peak, we've followed that around. I think that took us about 35 minutes, didn't it? And then we've gone up the main one, so up to the top of Arthur's Seat. We've come back down a little bit, not too far, 25% of the way, if that. We've gone back up another peak. We've come back down that peak, and we're now sitting kind of this far. Now, just to point out as well, that road is, it's about, I'd say about 30% of the way up, because there is quite a steep incline over there in that direction. Behind that hill it goes down, and again on that side as well. So you know, when you come up that road and you come to this park at the bottom here, you're already quite a way up from what we've walked. And we've been walking now for, it's about an hour and 20 minutes in total to cover all three of them. Obviously we need to get back down to the bottom of here, and then we need to walk around the road to get back to the bottom, start again. But that's been about an hour and 20 minutes so far, and we've covered just over 6 kilometers. So it's quite a walk. It's quite a walk. It's quite difficult. It will get your blood pumping, it'll get your heart rate going, and yeah, and on top of that though, you'll get some stunning views. So again, just let me know if you think, is the view worth the climb? And if it is, drop me a like. If you really enjoyed the views and you think it's as stunning as I do, buy me a coffee. Links in the description. So just one last look. That's where we've just come down from on that side. Obviously you can't really see it, but you can see the main peak of Arthur's Seat right up there. You can probably see the one just to the right hand side with the, looks like 2 people standing on top. You can see a person walking down there now. That is the top peak, that's the highest point. So these little yellow things in the road, these are toad ramps. So as you can see, look, it says toad ramp on it. So the toads can come over from the bushes over into the water. So as you can see, walking down this road, it can still be quite peaceful. Like I was saying to you before, the road gets closed for most of the year. It's just only open for so many months of the year during certain times, mainly peak times when you can drive up and get halfway up the side, sort of save you a bit of time as well if you want to get to the top. You can cycle around it all the time. It's always open for cyclists, and obviously you can walk. To walk the path around the outside of Arthur's Seat takes about, I want to say about an hour, depending on how fast you walk. Maybe me an hour. Some people might be a bit quicker, some people might take a bit longer, but you get some cracking views from there as well, and it's quite peaceful. So yeah, it's another way of enjoying Arthur's Seat when you're in Edinburgh. Just take a wee wander around the road.